almost ready. We have some cameras that are going to move in a second while they're doing that. First, we'll call the roll, and then we'll make my little speech.
Burton, Chick, Fuhrer, Galanter, Hernandez, Holden, Miskowski, Pacheco, Padilla, Ridley Thomas, Florence, Wax, Walters, Ferraro, 11 members present and quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. Good morning. This is a meeting of the Los Angeles City Council on Friday, January 19th. There are 14 council members and 1 vacant seat, and we meet 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at more or less 10 o'clock. We're being viewed on Channel 35. Those of you who are about to be on television, you can see yourselves again tonight and again on Sunday. What else? We're also available by council phone. And that brings us to the first order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
Without objection, the minutes are approved.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Without objection, those are approved. Okay, we have a whole series of, let's do the continuations and then we'll do the presentation. So people who are here for items that are not going to be heard today can go home if they choose to.
Item number 2 on the regular agenda, request that matter be continued till January 31st by Council District 14.
All right, without objection, that's continued to the 31st. Item 2 and?
Item number 5, a request that matter be referred back to the Budget and Finance Committee.
All right, that will be off the agenda today.
Item number 8, request that matter be continued to March 20th.
Okay, item 8 is off today's agenda.
Item 21, a closed session item, continued to January 23rd.
Okay.
Item
21 and one more. I have 2 more.
Unanimous vote?
Yes, those
Okay.
are all unanimous vote.
22, request that matter be continued till January 23rd.
All right, approved.
And items number 24A and B, request that those closed session matters be continued to January 24th.
All right, items 24A and B are continued to the 24th.
Those are the continuation matters.
Okay. Now, we have a number of presentations this morning, and I'm calling you in the order in which you arrived, and as always, Ms. Mizikowski was first. The universal gold star for attendance.
No. Mr. Ridley Thomas was first. They don't have you listed. No, that's not the point.
Thank you, Madam President. Members of the council, as you know, we routinely do motions to cause streets to be closed in the city for special events. And sometimes they're so routine that I don't think we give them the special attention that they deserve and what they're all about. And today I'm bringing someone forward who is a business person in the Van Nuys area who's been very important in the Van Nuys revitalization. And he asked last year that we close our street for a community event. And this is what it was all about. First, let me introduce you to Dr. Hamid Reza Shahamohammadi. Dr. Reza, as he's known in the community. He is a dentist in the Van Nuys community and has been for many, many years, but he gives back to the community. And he asked that the street be closed last year, as the street has been closed for the past 5 years during the holiday period as a part of his service, and he's hosted a holiday party in that community for the school children of Van Nuys. He spends about $7,000 of his own funds, and he brightens the lives of over 1,400 children in the Van Nuys community who go to Van Nuys, Sylvan, and Hazeltine elementary schools, all very dense schools, have maximum population. He makes sure that the kids there have a party. Each of the 1,400 kids have a gift. There's music, and there's the festivities that some who might not otherwise have, except for this event. In addition to the holiday party, he continues throughout the year to provide free dental examinations to some of the elementary schools for the children of Van Nuys. And he does this, he's never sought recognition. He you will not see his name in the paper promoting different things. But I wanted to bring him down here today as an example of something that is selfless, is giving back, demonstrates the best of our communities, and the best of our communities from people who are involved there, have businesses, have professions, have their livelihoods, but give back to it's really something of value to the community and particularly to the children. So it's on behalf of the council, I want to come in and thank Dr. Reza And also say that with him today, he has his assistant at the office, Ms. Scarlett Sandus, who has helped provide some of these services with him. But Dr. Reza, on behalf of the community of Van Nuys, particularly the children of Van Nuys, thank you very, very much for what you do in that community. Thank you. You want to say something? You want to say something to the council? Just-
I'm not ready for that. Just thank you so much, everybody. I didn't know it's going to be effective that much and give me a lot of motivation for, honestly, it all comes from my heart, and I didn't expect it. That's all I can tell you. I appreciate a lot, and thank you, my office manager, helping me a lot for all this social work, and just you gave us a lot of motivation for doing more. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. The chair recognizes Mr. Fewer for a presentation. For those who want to get braced, the order is next will be Ms. Chick, and then Mr. Pacheco, and then Mr. Hernandez, and then Mrs. Walters.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, I have the honor of being able to make presentations to the Marymount High School varsity volleyball team. Please, team. Come here. Usually at these meetings I feel tall, not today. The Marymount High School varsity volleyball team deserves our recognition because they have won the state Division IV championship in volleyball in December with the coaching of Carrie Klein and assistant Aaron Walsh. Our colleague Mr. Pacheco is appropriately applauding that effort. That's a good thing. It's a remarkable team. For the second time in 9 years, this varsity team has earned the title of state champions. They ranked in the top 10 teams in the state during the season. Their league record was a perfect 10-0. Their overall record, 28-4. I am privileged to be able to make presentations to the team members this morning, especially because of the work that the city has undertaken and all of us have worked so hard on to promote the importance of girls' sports. There are many reasons why girls' sports are significant, and among them is the importance at an early age for girls to be able to participate with a team and feel what it means to be working together toward a common purpose. The self-esteem, the life experience that comes from that will last forever. Some of these girls might actually turn out to be famous athletes, Olympic champions perhaps. But all girls need to have those kinds of opportunities, which is why we have this great Raise the Bar program in our city's recreation and parks programs now. There are some special women among the group we have before us who ought to be singled out. 3 team members especially exemplify the accomplishments of this team. Senior Christina Hines, who is here. A very modest Christina Hines. Was named CIF Division IV Most Valuable Player. She is going to receive a full scholarship to William and Mary. Junior Haley Jorgensborg, who is not here, and freshman Stisha Selsky, Stasha, who is here. Hi. Were named to the CIF State All-Tournament team, and Haley was awarded the State Division IV Sportsmanship Award. It is my pleasure to be able to present to the leaders of Marymount High School this certificate on behalf of all of us in the city for the Varsity Volleyball State Championship. Who wants to be recipient of that award? Okay. You all have, this is the photo op, so get it. Okay. Want it? What I'd like to do, I know we have a busy agenda, is quickly present to each member of the team a special certificate on behalf of all of us in the city. Head coach, Carrie Klein. Assistant head coach, Aaron Walsh. Rebecca Shumsky, assistant coach. Is she here? Not here. Liz Driscoll, Athletic Director, I know is here. Margaret Young. Congratulations. Haley Jorgensborg. I know, we figured that out before. Okay. Jenna Dykstra. Congratulations. Evan Shoup. To cries of Shoup, Shoup. Rachel Greenberg.
Thank you.
Carrie Frash.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Svitan. Civitan. Thank you. Virginia Lavanis. Met your parents last night, actually. Yeah. I was going to surprise you and say hi, Virginia, but I thought it was too much. Stasha. Carolyn Thomason.
Thank you.
Sure. Susan Eberhard. Not here. Nicole Diaco. Nicole. Thank you. Taryn O'Reilly.
Thank you.
And a couple more here. Christina Hines, the famous Christina Hines. And Kiki Ryan.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of you. I don't know if on behalf of the school someone wants to say a brief remark or two. Please.
We'd like to thank you all, and particularly in recognizing that these young women represent the young women of Los Angeles and their accomplishments in athletics. The scholar athlete is an extremely important individual in education today. So we thank you on behalf of Marymount High School and our team.
Congratulations again. Thank you, Madam President.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work. We'll see you back here next year. Okay, thank you, Mr. Fewer. Ms. Chick for a presentation.
Thank you, Madam President, Madam Mayor. I'd like to ask Nicole Rose to join me, and also Battalion Chief Tom Brennan from our fire department. Colleagues, this is a very special moment for me. Come on closer, both of you. I'm about to honor one of the great heroines of the city of Los Angeles, this young woman standing next to me, Nicole Rose. She is a special education assistant for LAUSD. She's a girls' junior varsity basketball coach at Chaminade Preparatory School in the San Fernando Valley. But separate and apart from the good things she does as a teacher and a coach, 2 weeks ago today, she was moving some things from a friend's apartment in Reseda when she noticed smoke and flames coming from a nearby unit in that building. And as the fire grew, she called 911. And she heard children crying inside that burning apartment. Against the 911 operator's advice, she kicked the door open and ran inside. Raging flames and thick smoke greeted her. But she found 2 children, 5 and 6 years old, and their mother inside. She led them to safety, suffering smoke inhalation in the process. Some of you might remember in the LA Times front page story a picture of this young woman who wasn't in such good shape herself by that time. The fire department has told my office that had Nicole not put concern for her own safety aside and been an extremely brave and courageous young woman and saved those 2 young children and their mother, had she not gone inside and done that, all 3 would not have survived. And so, on behalf of a very grateful city, Nicole, and she's someone, by the way, who all her life has been interested in being a firefighter. I think this is a message from somebody bigger than us that says this is the time. We've got fire department personnel who are very, very interested. So on behalf of a very proud and grateful city, I want to give you the certificate of appreciation and make sure you know that if you go forward on your dream, I want to be there at the graduation. Congratulations. I'd like to before I ask this hero to come to the mic and say a few words, I would like to ask Battalion Chief Tom Brennan to say a few words.
Councilmember Chick, thank you very much. I have a special admiration for Nicole. As incident commander at this incident, I had great concern to the safety of the individuals. Her heroism goes without saying. I think Councilmember Chick summed it up quite amply, but I tell you, being there, once I knew that people were safe and that the children were safe, it just gave me a great feel of calm. I just have to, on behalf of the Los Angeles City Fire Department, Chief Bamatri, myself, and Engine 96 standing behind you, we thank you very much. Your efforts don't go unnoticed. I really appreciate your efforts, and I hope you're successful in getting on the fire department. We'll do every effort to try to help you along. Thank you very much.
Okay. She just said she doesn't really want to say something, but she will. She's brave, but not in front of the mic.
Not in front of the mic. Thank you for this award. I just want to say that everybody's been talking about how I'm a hero and this and that, but actually I think I'm still in shock. But I'm just glad that I was there at the right time, and I'm just glad that those kids and that mother are alive, and that's it.
That's what makes a great hero, colleagues. Thank
And
you very
that's
much.
the best reward, too.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pacheco. Are you ready? You want me to call somebody else? Go ahead.
Madam President, and I understand Madam Mayor, at this point,
Only till Sunday.
well, you know, take full
You
advantage.
take it while you can get it, yes. I
Exactly,
know.
take full advantage of it. At this time, I want to take us back in history a little bit and reflect upon a time in the early 90s and the late 80s when there was civil war going on in El Salvador. And here in the city of Los Angeles, we received a lot of immigrants from not only from El Salvador, but from all over Central America. And on January 16th of 1992, a historic day for not only El Salvador, but for all of Central America and all Latin America, the peace accord was signed with the FMLN and the government. And to recognize that historic day, SANA, Salvadoran American National Association, one of the associations here in the city of Los Angeles, will be celebrating that event at a dinner on January 20th here at Emmanuel Presbyterian Church. In recognition of that event, they have invited some individuals from El Salvador that I want to bring up and recognize and give an opportunity to address the council. So let me bring up the individuals from SANA, and then they will bring up also some individuals. Let me start off by, first of all, just taking care of some announcements. Well, let me see. Mr. Shafiq Jorge Handal, who is a member of the National Assembly of El Salvador, basically the National Congress, and head of the FML delegation at the signing of the peace accords, is with us here today. Mr. Handal, it's right here with us. Step forward. Aquí pasa. And we also have with us Mr. Gaspar Romero, brother of Archbishop Oscar A. Romero, as we know, who was assassinated during this time, and a very important, if not the most important symbol of what was going on during that time in El Salvador. So we also have Mr. Gaspar Romero with us. They are here not only to celebrate the day, but they will also be part of a discussion to give a report as to the current situation in El Salvador since the earthquake occurred. So tonight, for all those interested, at 6 p.m., they will be at Emmanuel Presbyterian Church discussing the current situation and the emergency efforts for El Salvador. And tomorrow night, at 6 p.m., they will be having a dinner in celebration and recognition of the historic peace accord signed on January 16, 1992. And at this point, I will have and present to you Mr. Shafiq Jorge Handel, who will speak, and then following him, Mr. Gaspar Romero will also say a few words. I know he needs translation.
Quiero expresar un profundo agradecimiento por esta referencia a la guerra civil en El Salvador y a los acuerdos de paz. Quiero entender que esta es un reconocimiento que debe extenderse a miles y miles de personas que murieron en ese conflicto y a muchísimas personas que lucharon por conseguir una paz justa en El Salvador.
I want to appreciate and recognize thousands of people who were killed in the war, and those also have to be recognized in this process that we began in El Salvador.
El 9º aniversario de la firma de los acuerdos de paz desgraciadamente coincide con otra tragedia, el terremoto que ha devastado a mi país el día 13 de enero pasado.
The celebration of the peace accord, the historical peace accord, coincides with this devastation, disaster happened in the January 13 in my country.
Y nosotros estamos en Los Ángeles para hacer un llamamiento tanto a la comunidad salvadoreña como al pueblo de los Estados Unidos y en especial a las autoridades de la ciudad de Los Ángeles, a este honorable concilio, para acudir en apoyo, en auxilio de los decenas de miles de víctimas de ese terremoto en El Salvador.
And we are here today to express our deepest sense of solidarity that have to be generated to our country. And we are appealing to this council, we are appealing to the citizens of this country, and we especially are also appealing to the Salvadorian community to respond in the best way in this disaster.
Queremos sugerir que la cooperación se dirija de manera directa a las autoridades municipales en los municipios más afectados de El Salvador, donde se han constituido comités de emergencia encabezados por los alcaldes respectivos y representantes diversos de la comunidad.
We want to suggest that the aid should be channelized to the local municipalities, which are represented by the local mayors and also by the different communities at the local level.
Esta es la forma más directa y rápida, la forma más eficiente de acudir en asistencia de las víctimas del terremoto. Tengan la seguridad que esa acción va a merecer un profundo agradecimiento del pueblo salvadoreño.
And this is the fastest and the most appropriate way to help the Salvadorian people, and we want to let you know that our people will be forever grateful to every aid and solidarity that comes from all over the world, and especially from Los Angeles, California.
Una vez más, muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, señor. Next.
Now we'll hear from Mr. Gaspar Romero, the brother of the assassinated Archbishop Oscar A. Romero.
Distinguidos miembros concejales, en nombre de la familia y en nombre del pueblo salvadoreño, quiero agradecer ese diploma, ese homenaje a un salvadoreño de nombre Monseñor Oscar Romero, que fue el cuarto arzobispo de El Salvador. Estoy seguro que si él estuviera presente aquí, después de agradecerles.
Thank you very much, distinguished council. I am here as the brother of Monsignor Romero, who is also being honored. As you know, he was a very great man.
Estoy seguro que si él estuviera aquí, después de agradecerles este homenaje, les pediría en nombre de Dios una ayuda para esos paisanos que están sufriendo la noche oscura en este momento.
Monsignor Romero is being recognized, and I am sure that if he were here today, he would be very proud. But especially, he would really ask that aid is given to his people.
Por eso hago un llamamiento en nombre personal y en nombre de Monseñor Romero, una ayuda para los paisanos, para los hermanos salvadoreños. Pueden hacerlo a través de la Asociación de Salvadoreños Americanos con residencia aquí en Los Ángeles, y este llamado lo extiendo para todos los salvadoreños en cualquier parte del mundo y también a los no salvadoreños, que nos tiendan la mano, que Dios los bendecirá, y Monseñor Romero estoy seguro que se los agradecerá.
It is for this reason that I am appealing to you to help through the aid of SANA, Salvadoran American National Association. Because for your information, when the brother of Monsignor Romero came here and Mr. Shafiq Kandal came here, this is extra information I'm giving you, who is a member of Congress, Mr. Shafiq Kandal is a member of Congress, we opened an SOS SANA fund at the Bank of America. This SOS SANA fund, you can be sure, will be directed to the municipalities in El Salvador, which has been made up of all of the mayors of the cities that were affected. And Mr. Shafiq Kandal has requested from everyone earlier that this is where the aid should go. And the reason for that is that with all the confusion, even though they want to centralize it, the aid does not get to the people. So we have opened up this fund. We will be working through the churches who will directly give the aid to the people most affected, and we'll be working also with the mayors. This is what Mr. Gaspar Romero is appealing to you to please help through the SOS SANA fund. And this, I will leave with Councilman Pacheco a piece of paper that will give him exactly where these funds are to be sent. They're to be sent to the Wilshire Presbyterian Church Community Center at 309 South Oxford Avenue in Los Angeles, California, 90020, Suite 2. This is where those funds will be should go, and we would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Muchas gracias a los hermanos salvadoreños, los hermanos que allá les llamamos hermanos lejanos, pero yo digo los hermanos más cercanos. Muchas gracias a esta organización de salvadoreños por haberme permitido el privilegio de estar aquí, y al honorable concilio por este honor. Muchas gracias.
He is thanking the Salvadorans, especially the Salvadoran American National Association, for having brought him here, and he is thanking this council for having given him the opportunity to speak to you. By the way, today he didn't say that, but yesterday, while he was being interviewed, he said that he was blessed because he was the brother of a man of the stature of Monsignor Romero, who the Salvadorans, for your information, consider a saint.
Thank you, Madam President, Madam Mayor. I hope everyone who can assist the effort for the El Salvadoran community heeds the call and gives what they can to assist those individuals in El Salvador.
And
Thank
if
you.
they've forgotten the phone number, they can call your office, right?
Yes, they
Okay.
can call my office. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you all. Mr. Hernandez for a presentation.
Madam President, members of the council, it's my honor to make a presentation on behalf of Councilmember Padilla and myself, and I'm sure Councilmember Pacheco, in regards to one of our city's jewels who resides in the 7th Councilmatic District, and that is Brenda. That's how she's known as an entertainer, but her real name is Brenda Mejia, correct? Okay, good. And Councilmember Pacheco wanted to recognize her because of the work she's been doing in his Councilmatic District in regards to graffiti cleanups, in regards to community events that she does as an entertainer and does of her own free will. I get to recognize her, and I think Councilmember Pacheco wanted to recognize her because she also supported what I call Chanclazo Hall, but they call it Fiesta Hall in our last 16th of September celebration. And she was one of our entertainers. And basically, her musical group, and along with 8 dancers, puts on a fabulous show. Brenda began her career as a model and entered various beauty contests. She appeared in the Jenny Jones Show, El Gordo y la Flaca. In case those of you don't know, El Gordo means those of us more complete. A program called Despierta America and others. She's opened for many musical performers. She can't forget the opportunity she had to open for Selena. And she recently opened for Cheyenne at Los Tigres del Norte and Carlos Vives. I know Laura Chick is very familiar with Los Tigres del Norte, and she's had the pleasure of being part of their opening act. Brenda has her own CD, and she'd like to share it with all of us, and we'll be passing them out. And again, last October, she was part of Chanclazo Hall. Many of you showed up this year. We encourage you to show up next year. It's our way of introducing our talent to our community. But with that, I'd like to introduce to everybody Brenda.
Thank you. I'm a little sick, but I'm very happy to be here. This is my CD, Brenda with a little B, for those that don't know me. And I'd like to thank Mr. Mike Hernandez. Thank you for believing in me. Alex Padilla, everybody in the council, thank you very much for supporting me and believing in me. And the ones that didn't, thank you very much anyways, because I'm still here. And I'd like to thank Maria for just being there for me all the time. And she's like the one, my mom. I love you, Mom, my friends, all my fans out there. Thank you very much, and I'd like to give a little bit of advice that everybody, if we stick together, we're going to be okay, and it's just a matter of us believing basically in ourselves and helping the community, and if we help our communities, it just takes one person, and that one person is going to make a big difference. So I'm very thankful to God that I'm able to, through my music, be helping orphanages in TJ, and I'd like to thank everybody that has been supporting me with that. And just, I'm so very happy to be here. And buy my CD, please. Here it is again. Everybody that buys my CDs, the money there's a percentage that I help this orphanage in TJ called La Casa de los Pobres. And, well, we're forming a nonprofit organization for those that wanna help me. Well, let's keep in touch. And girl power. Thank you very much.
And again, Brenda, that recognition for your outstanding citizenship and the activities that you help to enhance our community with, we present to you a certificate of tribute from the City of Los Angeles. Again, thank you.
Thank you. This is the part where I get to kiss Mike.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Walters for a presentation.
Thank you, Madam President.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I thought you were done. Ms. Walters?
Good morning, council members. This morning, I want to make you aware of a project initiated by the Department of Aging with respect to the menus that provide services, provide food to our senior citizens. There was a concern for the quality of the meals that were being provided, and the Department of Aging undertook something they called the Millennium Menu Project. They brought together some food service organizations and some chefs, and hence the Millennium Menu Project was born. This morning, we're going to recognize those chefs and those organizations. The first one is Robert Gatsby, internationally known executive chef. But before I do that, maybe our General Manager, Department of Aging, Ms. Ann Smith, has some words she wants to share.
Thank you, Mrs. Walters. I think the important thing is that as we age and as we look at our seniors today, and nutrition is a very important part of everyone's lives, the quality of the food and the taste of the food is very important. And we have looked at that, and we want to make sure that our seniors in the city of LA have a true dining experience along with a good quality of the meal. And I personally want to thank the chefs for donating over 600 hours of their time to redesign our whole senior meal program. Thank you very much.
Okay, our first honoree is Robert Gadsby, who's an internationally known executive chef. He studied abroad under the finest chefs in England, France, and Japan. He is a recipient of many nominations and awards. For example, he was named Best Chef by Los Angeles Buzz magazine in 1996, and again in Los Angeles Departures magazine in 98. He received the Humanitarian of the Year California Award from the Writers Association in 1999. Mr. Gadsby, here you are. Okay, on this side. All right, thank you so very, very much. We really appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Our next chef is Michael Toms, who's an executive chef for Staples Center. And those of you who frequent Staples Center and partake of their meals have eaten his food. He has an extensive culinary background, including 6 years with Levy Restaurants at Comiskey Park in Chicago and at Edison Field in Anaheim. Chef Toms also worked with Atlanta-based Earthwise restaurants, including Azalea and Tom Tama Bistro. Chef Tom's earlier days were spent with Hyatt hotels in Texas and Florida. Chef Toms.
He's not here today.
He's not here. Okay. Tell him he was missed.
Maybe he's working on the inauguration.
All right. Ian Orr is an executive sous chef who joined Levy Restaurants to assist with the opening of Staples Center. Sous chef Orr, okay, was responsible for all of the hands-on work for the Millennium Menu Project, which included the menu and recipe development and testing and tasting event at Staples Center. He has worked with such restaurants, at the Ritz-Carlton, Caesar's Palace, and Westin hotels, including the Century Plaza Hotel in Los Angeles. Sous chef. Okay, we thank you. Thank you for all your hard work on this.
He's now the executive chef of Staples.
He is now the executive chef of Staples. Okay. Promotion there, that's wonderful. Great. All right, Gerald Grant is a sous chef at Staples Center who provided on-site development and recipe testing for all of the menus for this project. He is a recent addition to the staff at Staples Center and has experience including the Marriott and Sheraton Hotels, Hollywood Park Casino, Cedars-Sinai, and U.S. Medical Centers. It is interesting to note that Gerald's culinary internship was with the California Olympic team of 1996. And we seem not to have a resolution for Gerald. Who's Gerald Grant? There it is. Oh, okay. All right. So we don't have one for you. Okay. I gave you Gerald Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, do you have something you want to say?
Actually.
No. Okay, good. Levy Restaurants. Since its founding in 1978, Levy Restaurants has grown from a single delicatessen in Chicago to a specialized industry-leading food organization with a network of internationally acclaimed restaurants. The leading market share of premium food service operations at sports and entertainment facilities. Today, Levy Restaurants are recognized as one of America's fastest growing food service providers, and they have one of the industry's most diverse portfolios within its three groups: the restaurants group, the sports and entertainment group, and the consulting and advisory services group. Levy operates 50 food service locations in 18 markets nationwide. Levy Restaurants, who's accepting for Levy? Okay. All right. Consulting Nutritional Services Incorporated. They have provided regional nutritionist service for the city of Los Angeles for over 14 years in the areas of food safety audits, food safety training, serve safe food handler training, hazard analysis, critical control point, menu review, specification, and analysis. They also provide service to premier hotel groups, Levy Restaurants, and Levy Sports Entertainment. On behalf of the City Council and the Department of Aging, we want to thank Consulting Nutritional Services for their participation and leadership, which meant so much to the success of the Millennium Menu Project. Who is accepting? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. Council members, I want to personally thank Ms. Ann Smith and all of these food service people, the chefs, for giving their time to develop menus for more. The food was nutritious all along, but food that tasted better and was more appealing, served in a more appealing fashion to our seniors. Thank you very, very much.
And before you leave, Mr. Ridley Thomas wants to make a comment, and then I'd like to make a very brief comment. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the council. I want to compliment Ms. Walters for bringing this forward. It seems to me that this is one of the basic areas of improvement in the quality of life for senior citizens in Los Angeles. The Millennium Menu Project, as it has been called, is one that is stellar in its own right. And I want to compliment the Department of Aging, all of the consultants and the chefs. I had the pleasure of having been afforded one of the first presentations done at one of the senior centers in the 8th Council District, and I took note of the sense of appreciation and pride that those seniors in that instance, the pride they took in being treated with a new sense of respect through an upgraded menu And I think at the end of the day, that causes us all to feel very proud about our Department of Aging and those who are associated with it. So, Ms. Walters, thank you very much for bringing this forward.
And again, before you leave, I would just like to add one suggestion. I think this is a great program, and I want to say I appreciate everybody's help in making it work. It's not only seniors who could use a little nutritional advice. When I first started working for the poverty program a long time ago, the advice that was being given to welfare families about nutrition included all the stuff that was popular in those days. You know, eat protein, and all the people said, and many seniors have the same problem. Frankly, they can't afford steak. And finally, we found a menu that talked about peanut butter, which at least is affordable. So in addition to, I happen to like peanut butter, but it's not great for dinner. But in addition to nutrition, I think there's also an economics issue that I know that many seniors and many poor people face, and anything we can do that starts to make creative solutions to all those problems is really going to be good for everybody in the city, everybody in the community, because healthy people are happier people and better participants in a community. So thank you all for your work. Thank you, Ms. Walters. Okay, we are now ready to start our agenda, and let me tell you that we have a number of people, we have several people who would like to leave reasonably expeditiously. Let me remind you that the consent decree item has been continued, and we will now move rapidly through our agenda. What's first?
Item number 1 is an item notice for public hearing.
All right, we do not have any cards. Is there anyone who wants to be heard on item 1? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed, and the matter is before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
That's approved. Next.
Items number 3 and 4 on the regular agenda are items for which public hearings have been held.
Well, that's good, because we don't have any cards on those either. Any specials? No. Open the roll on 3 and 4. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Those are approved. Next.
Items number 6 and 7 and 9 through 20 on the regular agenda are items for which public hearings have not been held. A motion is required on item number 9.
All right, I have one card on item 7 only if there are questions, so I'm going to assume that he doesn't feel compelled to speak. Do we have any specials, members of the council? Items 6 through...
Madam President?
Mr. Hernandez, yes.
I just wanted to, on item 4, it was important that we did approve it, and I appreciate it, but I wanted to make a public statement if I could, because Kent Law is present and Kim Say is present. I think they're still here. Are they here? There's Kent in the back and Kim. The city just set aside $250,000 into an account to build the Chinatown Gateway, and that was the action we took on item 4. What's not reflective of that action is that the Chinatown community, through the leadership of Mr. Law, as well as Ms. Say, have raised $250,000 to match it. That'll go into that account.
That's great.
And so the $500,000 will be building a gateway on Broadway at the entrance of Chinatown from downtown Los Angeles. And I just wanted to recognize that, because my understanding is for the Department of General Services to do its work, they needed this transfer. We'll be also getting reimbursed by MTA, but none of the money is being upfronted by the general fund. I think Mr. Fuhrer will be glad to hear that. And I just wanted to give the community its proper recognition for being a partner in the project.
Congratulations to all of you. Mr. Fuhrer?
Thank you, Madam President. Actually, Mike, when we had this item in committee, it's really a great partnership among the Chinatown community. ORS did a fabulous job of identifying funds that would protect the reserve and provide the need at the same time. It was great work. Madam President, on item number 9, which is the one requiring a motion, I'd like to move the Budget and Finance Committee report amended by recommendation 1 of the Personnel Committee.
Okay, got that? Do we have any specials? 6 through 20, right? Or 6 through?
6 and 7 and 9 through 20.
6, 7, and 9 through 20. Any specials? No specials. And we have Mr. Fuhrer's motion on item 9. Open the roll on 6, 7, and 9 through 20. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Those are approved.
Items number 6 and 7 will be held over for a second reading of the ordinance in 1 week, which is January 26th.
All right, will we have 12 people on the 26th? Oh, we don't need
only
them.
need 8.
We only need 8 then. All right. Okay. That looks like We've done it except for the closed session items. So
Motions for posting and referral.
without objection, they are posted and referred. Excuses?
Council members request to be excused from council attendance. We have Councilmember Savornich request to be excused on January 31st to leave at noon. This meets policy for personal business.
In that case, it's unanimously approved.
Councilmember Pacheco requests to be excused on January 23rd and 24th for city business, meets policy.
Same thing there.
Savornich on January 24th to leave at 11:45 for personal business, meets policy.
Meets policy, we have to let him do it.
Councilmember Walters requests to be excused on February 2nd for personal business, meets policy.
All right, that's approved.
And Councilmember Chick requests to be excused on Friday, February 2nd to arrive at 11:30 and Wednesday, February 7th to arrive at 11:30 for city business, meets policy.
All right, then the unanimous approval on those as well.
The dust is clear for the
Now,
closed
except
session
for-
items.
Now, we have public comment, but we don't have any cards on public comment. Is there anybody who wishes to address the council on items not on today's agenda? Seeing none, public comment is closed, and now we're ready to go into executive session. On 20, what? Should be continued. Oh, we wanted item 20, Conrad? We're going to reconsider item 20 for the purpose of?
That would be February 2nd,
All right,
continuation.
so item 20, without objection, item 20 is reconsidered and continued 2 weeks. Okay. Now, if you are involved in the closed sessions, you are welcome to stay. If you're not involved in the closed sessions, you are welcome to leave. Okay, do we have any adjourning motions? Seeing no adjourning motions, call the roll. We don't have to call the roll. We're adjourned. What? Oh, we do have an adjourning motion. Got to move fast around here. Everybody please rise for adjourning motions. Ms. Walters.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to ask the council to adjourn in memory of Bert Corona.
We did it.
You did that?
We did do it.
Okay, so that's it.
That's it. We're done. Oh, we're not. You know, this is about the 4th time I asked for adjourning motions. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm calling on you. Please, by all means.
Madam Mayor, and I've not been able to say that since your predecessor from the 6th District was the mayor here. They all seem to come from the 6th District. Anyway, we're adjourning in memory of Ms. Gertrude Flemings. She was 88 years old and lived and worked as a nurse's aide in the 10th District for almost 30 years. She was originally from Panama, and the services would be held at St. Agatha's at 2610 Mansfield Avenue in Los Angeles on Tuesday the 23rd at 10 a.m. She leaves 2 adopted daughters, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. And I might add that she was very, very active in our community right until the time of her death. And she will be missed by her family and friends and all.
Anybody else? Okay, call the roll. Thank you. We are adjourned. Have a nice weekend. See you all.